As I gazed upon the looming manor for sale, a sense of unease crept over me. The ivy-clad walls seemed to pulse with a life of their own, and the windows glinted like eyes in the fading light. But despite the chill that ran down my spine, I felt drawn to the house. It was as if some unseen force was beckoning me closer, whispering secrets that only I could hear. And so, with a mixture of trepidation and excitement, I made up my mind to buy the rundown mansion, and the day I moved into Hollywood Manor, the air hung heavy with foreboding. The ancient oaks lining the driveway seemed to reach out, their gnarled branches clawing at the sky. The realtor had assured me it was a charming fixer-upper, but as I stepped over the threshold, I felt a chill that had nothing to do with the drafty windows. As the heavy oak door creaks open, revealing the foyer of the long-abandoned manor, a musty scent permeates the air, assaulting the senses with the fragrance of decay. Dim light filters through dust-coated windows, casting eerie shadows that dance across the cracked marble floor. Cobwebs cling to every corner, resembling ghostly veils draped over forgotten memories. The walls, once adorned with grandeur, now stand adorned with peeling wallpaper, revealing glimpses of faded elegance beneath. A grand staircase spirals upwards, its steps groaning under the weight of ages. Tattered curtains sway gently in the breeze, their once rich fabric now threadbare and frayed. In the silence, whispers seem to echo from the shadows, hinting at the secrets buried within the manor's ancient walls. In the grand foyer, a massive oil painting dominated the wall. The subject was a woman with raven-black hair, her eyes hollow and sorrowful. Her gaze followed me, accusing me, as if she knew my secrets. The plaque beneath read, Evelyn Hollywood, 1845 to 1870. What could have happened to the young woman for her to die at such a young age? At night, the house came alive. The floorboards groaned, and the wind whispered through the eaves. I'd hear faint cries, like a child lost in the dark. But when I investigated, there was no one there. The walls seemed to absorb my fear, amplifying it until it echoed back at me. Desperation drove me to seek answers. I invited a local medium, Madame Eloin, to conduct a séance. She arrived in flowing black robes, her eyes as ancient as the house itself. We sat in the parlor, candles flickering, and she chanted incantations in a language I couldn't understand. As the room grew colder, the air thickened. Madame Eloin's voice trembled.
Evelyn, why do you linger? Why is your presence trapped in this lonely manor?
The flames danced, casting eerie shadows on the walls. Suddenly, the portrait of Evelyn shifted, her eyes locking onto mine.
Help me, please.
Evelyn's story unfolded. She'd been engaged to a cruel man, Lord Hollywood, who locked her away in the attic. Starved and beaten, she died there, her spirit trapped.
Release me and help me find my locket. The Lord had stolen it from me long ago. I must have it to be free from his curse of being bound here for eternity.
In exchange, she promised to reveal the secrets of Hollywood Manor. I set off on a hunt to find the locket. The mansion's walls seemed to close in as I ventured deeper, my footsteps swallowed by the oppressive silence. The flickering candlelight cast elongated shadows on the peeling wallpaper, revealing grotesque patterns, twisted faces, skeletal hands reaching out. Cobwebs clung to my face, sticky threads brushing against my skin like phantom fingers. I explored every room, my breath catching at every creaking floorboard. The kitchen yielded nothing but rusted utensils and a lingering scent of decay. In the library, ancient tomes whispered forgotten secrets, their pages brittle and yellowed. The ballroom echoed with ghostly waltzes, the chandelier swaying as if moved by unseen hands. The attic was my final frontier. Its narrow staircase spiraled upward, each step groaning under my weight. The air grew colder, and the walls seemed to pulse, I reached the top, and there it was, the heart of darkness. The attic was a graveyard of memories, moth-eaten dresses, broken toys, and a cracked mirror reflecting my own fear-stricken face. I searched every nook and cranny. Dust danced in the dim light, and the floorboards protested my intrusion. But the locket remained elusive. Drawers revealed moth-chewed letters, ink smudged with tears. A rocking chair swayed gently, as if inviting me to sit and share its secrets. I scoured the attic, following cryptic clues. Behind a loose floorboard, I discovered a hidden chamber. Cobwebs clung to an ornate chest. Inside lay a delicate locket, its silver chain tarnished. As I touched it, the room trembled. Evelyn's voice echoed.
"Thank you, I can finally be free."
The locket held a miniature portrait, a man with Lord Hollywood's cruel eyes. Evelyn's fiancé had murdered her for her inheritance. But the locket also contained a curse. The house fed on suffering, and Evelyn's spirit was its heart. I had unwittingly become its keeper. Madame Eloin guided me through a ritual to help lift the curse. We burned the locket, releasing Evelyn's spirit. The house shook, walls cracking. The wind screamed, and I glimpsed Evelyn one last time, her eyes filled with gratitude. Then she vanished, leaving behind a silence so profound it threatened to swallow me whole. Hollywood Manor stands empty now. The oaks weep, and the portrait of Evelyn is gone. But sometimes, on moonless nights, I hear her whispers. She warns me never to forget. The house remembers, and it hungers. Remember when you move into an old house. Tread carefully, for the past never truly rests, and some secrets are better left buried in the shadows